Welcome to Our Energy Matters with Anthony Manna and Dena Marie. Aloha.
Aloha, here we are again. Session number 49, episode number 49. Hard to believe. I even wrote a note to myself, if I can find it, I'll go over here. I said that September the 22nd, 2020 was the first pre-radio recording, and I'll explain to people what I mean by that. That was an interview conversation. You interviewed me because you invited me to be on your show to talk about my book for children, Loukas and the Game of Chance. And then on September the 25th, I made my debut appearance on Lift Your Spirits, Dena Marie's weekly radio program, and it's been wonderful. And I remember after the interview, and you said so many nice things, and I felt like you were really tuning into the themes that I felt the book was about and all that other jazz that writers hope that people will find. And then I thought, who is this lady? What the heck? Crystal readings? And what is a chakra? You know, and I and so from that moment on, you know, what happened was I found my way, because you mentioned your book, I found my way to your book, and look at all those crystals on that cover there. They look edible. And Our Energy Matters, the art of crystal reading, you know, the art of crystal reading. And I thought this is going to be interesting because there's something I'm going to learn here, you know, and learn. And the title, well, oh, by the way, I have to say hello, bonjour, buongiorno, yasas, merhaba, dobry dzień. Hello to our viewers, watchers, listeners, whoever you are. My title for today's presentation, and what I usually do, I think we need to explain to people that we meet to discuss our lives, really, in so many ways. And today we're talking a lot about being in sync with our lives and our souls and everything else. And then what I usually do is I work my way through your book once again, and I always find something to illuminate me. And so that's what I write about each week. And so today the title is Be Guided by the Alchemy of Crystal Choice, Tarot Reach, Chakra Reveal. And I say, is there anyone out there who would like to have their spirits lifted, burnished, enlightened? Is anyone out there feeling the familiar pull of self-denigration and rankled thoughts of unworthiness? Is there anyone who is voyaging along the path of wakefulness as though preparing for life, stifling it, burdened by it rather than glorified by the sacrament of life, living fully and richly, mindful of your uniqueness and the nourishing soul light within you? I can't, you know, I wrote that and I thought to myself, if I said that when I was in the monastery, they would have punished me. Jeez. Yes, folks, I was in the monastery for about 4 years, I think it was, to awaken to the radiance of your inner beauty, acknowledging the beauty in you and recognizing the beauty in others. Every moment your life is well spent. Then, folks, join Dena Marie and me at this very moment as we wander through her book, She Metaphysically, and I said that last week, titled Our Energy Matters, the Art of Crystal Reading. And then in her title, she added her promise that always gets to me every time I read it. I know it sounds so simple, that when you wend your way through her book's labyrinth of enlightening principles, inspiring prescriptions, inspired lessons, and heartfelt stories, you can, and here's the other subtitle, you can learn how to manifest your heartfelt intentions, which I did today, folks, early in the morning to save myself because I was a muddled mess. And it clarified me so beautiful. Intentions. Today, and I have another one. Today, my intention is to stand by Dena Marie, a celestial alchemist, by the way, and that's how I christened her in honor of the beatific, heavenly endowed illuminations she draws upon as she demonstrates the energies to spark trust you toward me, etc., towards life's fullness, sacredness, harmony, and spiritual health. So Dena Marie, let's wander through your book, Reflecting on the Art of Healing, Self-Acceptance, Self-Wonder. My God, do you do all that? And yes, you do. When seekers like me come to you to awaken, dual driven by heart and soul, by aspiration, by energies of open-heartedness, touched, anointed by joyful mind, self-compassion, self-love, leading resolutely to the love of the other, guided by the alchemy of crystal choice, tarot reach, chakra-reveal, and earth-bound truth-telling, like this jolt of wisdom. And I want you to talk about this because I go back to this one all the time as a kind of theme of your entire, I'm going to say your entire life. That's so presumptuous. Your entire mission. I love it. Only as high as I reach can I grow. Only as far as I seek can I go. Only as deep as I look can I see. Only as much as I dream can I be. You know what? That should be made into a book for children. I mean it really. You rhyme it and everything, and I'll be your editor. So when when you do what did those crystallized words of wonder mean to you when you started thinking about that, reaching out?
You know, when I finally started, I started the book as a manual, how to, and then as soon as I started getting kind of busy and I put it aside, it made me start to go up here to these higher chakras and go, what is it that I do? What is it that I do? So I actually I think I was in sync. I started to be in sync. And if I'm in sync, sometimes during a session, I'll rhyme, and people are like, you need to write that down. And I'm like, I should write that down. I don't even know where it came from. And I would say, if I'm rhyming, it must be time, we're doing something from above. I'm being inspired. So if I wrote that, I feel like sometimes it's not even me. I just feel like it just comes through me if I'm in sync. And I love that sync, just like the back of the book. So before I was forcing something to write a book, and then I really didn't know what I was doing. And then I put it aside and I went and did things that I like to do. And then I'd be riding my bike. I love talk to text because sometimes I get the most amazing things in the middle of a bike ride or a workout or something. And I can say it real quick. Or my husband, I'd say, write this down quick. Or when I was writing music, write this down quick, because it seems like it almost disappears. But if you're in sync and you're feeling good and you say it out loud, it gives it more power. And then you say it again. And then all of a sudden you wrote a song after riding your bike.
Yeah, no, that's so true. I mean, and you're talking to the right person, because I mean, if I don't walk around with that pad that I carry with me all the time, and I'm with my partner waiting for his physician to examine him, and something comes to my mind, I know that if I don't copy it down right away, like to kindly gaze inward with the eyes of your soul. And I thought, well, that probably sounds really weird to people, but it doesn't sound weird to me, so I wrote it down on an envelope and I put it in my Dena Marie Celestial Guardian notebook.
And I want to bring up that when we started talking on the phone every week, we weren't having any intentions of doing a YouTube or anything. And you and I would just talk, and then you started writing. Because we were communicating, we were focusing on good things. It felt good. Our heart was in it. And you just started coming up with things that celestial arts. I'm always thinking of what to call myself, or an alchemist, but that never came to me. But when those words and those things started to come to you, I knew we were in the right place. We were in sync. You and I were having synchronicities and we were in sync. And sometimes we just did it on the phone call. You'll say something out loud and I'm writing it down.
Yeah, and I mean, and those titles, and I don't mean, once again, I don't mean to be presumptuous by saying a celestial alchemist, because that's what it reminds me of. And in the old sense of alchemy, that was kind of the divination of the spirit, and I see that in you all the time. I came to understand chakras that distribute universal life force energy throughout the body, soul, mind, and that's the beginning for me. I searched, what are chakras? I said to myself, and then you said, the word chakra means wheel in Sanskrit, in ancient East Indian language. There are 7 of these major energy centers in the human body. And you see, where's that book? Come over here. Look, the back cover, right? Folks, that's all you need to do. Don't even read her book. Just get this.
And people, they laminate it and they use it all the time.
Oh, I can see why, because what we've got here is a chakra cheat sheet. And what I love is there's the health and there are the blockages, and it's been so good for me because I want to know what my heart is doing. And I want to know, as I said to you in our telephone call not so long ago, I want to know that I have a crown.
Ooh. A crown chakra.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I always put a light bulb over your head because that's how you know it's on, when you have an aha moment and you look up. And
right.
I had a child, we were just talking about her on the phone. She came in and she walked up to my chakra man and put a crown on it. And I was like,
yeah,
perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. Wonderful. So I say here, and all these energetic fields, these auras, connect to and illuminate colors, and that's the other brilliance of this. I go on, and then and when they are bogged down, overloaded, damaged. These are some of your words you use in your book. Blocked. I need to grasp. Oh, that's hard. Your generous manner of guiding chakra blocked beings to their recovery of self-worth, self-love, and re-enlightened self-confidence. So now, Lady Grace, what I ask you here is, what is your remedy for freeing, or should I say opening, the crown chakra?
I think you and I have been looking up, you said the word intention. It's also counting your blessings. Every day I wake up and look at my cup full. Every day I look at the things that are working, which spills into your brow chakra. So if my intentions are to focus on a gratitude attitude, my intentions are to see the beauty of this world, the things that are working. My intentions, I have to say something. I did have a little revelation thing. And I was talking to you on a past YouTube about all the chakras, and when they're spinning, what happens. If your chakras are all spinning, that means your heart chakra, your crown, all the chakras are spinning, you're going to manifest beauty. You're going to manifest something that benefits everyone, not just yourself, but your whole entire world. And I was thinking about, how we make our money and what we focus on. So if we have a job that pays all the bills and gives us a lot of money, but yet we're not satisfied with it and we continue to do it, parts of our self will have to shut down. First you'll start looking down because you're just, putting your nose to the grindstone. And then you look around, you don't like your job. Then your boss isn't someone you really want to be around, but you maybe not only do you keep your mouth shut, but when you're with them, you're lying. You're saying, you're just appeasing, and your heart's not in it, but you physically have all your physical world taken care of. But over time, if you keep that job, you're going to get sick. You're going to get dis-ease. And so a simple life with all your chakras spinning, I thought of 2 people that I think are those 2 people, Jimmy Carter and Jane Goodall. I think about 2 human beings who have spent their whole life doing beautiful things for other people, benefited the earth, and there's 2 people I want to meet. It's Jane Goodall and Jimmy Carter.
That makes so much sense, and yeah, why not? I mean, they are so in touch. Carter's so in touch with helping people, building people up, giving them, sharing with them, with that program that he does, the name of which I can't remember. Right
Habitat for Humanity.
Yeah, Habitat for Humanity.
He's done more peace talks. He does so many things, clean water, but he doesn't go around talking about it. He does it. He does the work, and he's humble. And, there are good people in this world, and I'm going to focus on them. And that's going to keep these open.
Of course. When I go on, of course, I mean, it's kind of related to this. I say, I found also here you are a priestess offering a prayerful teaching, spirit tuned and spirit toned to the soul to soul of us, the being to sacred being of us, the angelic depth to depth of us. You wrote, and I savor this sparked spirit meditation. You write, by being consciously connected to our higher selves, each of us can become aware of the divine plan and express it in our own individual ways. When we know our purpose and hold a pure vision of that idea, then we are using the gift of visualization as the divine mind intended. And you remember writing this, I'm sure.
I love it. And it was one of those things that I was going to put in the end of the, it came through to me, and my husband at the time, he didn't want to add it. And I'm like, no, I probably got in a fight over that. I was kidding. It came through to me and I had to get it in there. And it makes sense to me. It makes sense to me how chakras work.
Yeah. And that's what I think it's all about. I mean, the gift of visualization as the divine mind intended. And that gift of visualization can put us right back in sync. Once
Amen.
again. Yeah, I love that. So, all right, well then let's in a sense, I'm thinking that we're going to have to end soon. And I thought let's end with a bright sparked crystal guide I uncovered when I bowed in gratitude to the deliverance I experienced with my partner. You wrote, seeing relationships as learning experiences is so empowering. This is one of the reasons we are here, to develop and evolve through our relationships. And I picked up on that and just thought, yeah, I begin to understand that the more I have an enduring and endearing relationship.
I think I thought of Jesus the other day, and he went into the desert for 40 days, or, you need perspective. And it's sometimes easier, to connect with the higher source when you're alone, of course. Right. But then we get with other people, and then we get to practice what spirit has given to us. We get to practice the information that's downloaded. And it's much harder to be compassionate and have empathy, when you're with other people than when you're with yourself. So I guess it can be hard to be compassionate to yourself too. But that's probably when you're not directed by something higher. The higher self will say to love yourself, and it will say to let things go, the small things with relationships. Oh, pick your battles. I remember the universe saying that to me all the time. Pick your battles, Dena. I mean, every towel can't be folded perfectly.
Yeah.
And who cares? Right?
Yeah, that's so true. And it's just knowing that a relationship can produce that kind of energy and reciprocity is just so powerful. I end with a drum roll and a bugle rally. I say to you, thank you, celestial alchemist, for lighting the way to a path leading to living a healthy, fulfilling, positive life. Hallelujah, amen, and so let it be.
Yay.
Why not, right? Drum roll. So I say, yeah, folks, if you want to move closer to Dena Marie's wisdom and listen to her weekly radio show, Lift Your Spirits, on 1150 AM KKNW. Her website is dena-marie.com, and you can find out about the connection to the radio program there, but you can also find out about her courses, her workshops, her labyrinth, her environment, which is on an island out west. She's also very active on Facebook, sometimes offering a daily chakra insight into chakra energy, blockage, and prescription. Also, she's well known and becoming even weller known for her startling photographs of the island she inhabits. And for me, my website is anthonymannabooks.com. You can find an interview with Dena Marie there in the Podbean podcasts. And we had such a good time doing that interview. And once again, it was like a step in the right direction of a conversation to learn where we both come from and why we both so much want to be in the presence of each other. You know, and I think that's the way it goes. But folks, if you come to my website, you'll also find out I have a lot of information about reading and writing with very young children, with tweens and teens, book lists and writing activities, etc. So we end, Dena Marie. Thank you.
Thanks for lifting my spirits today.
Yeah, and that's what it is. That's what we're all about, you know. So I'm saying thank you to you too.